So here you go, guys, on YouTube. Here's a video today that I've done with Joe. This is the first ever lesson that Joe's had with myself down here at Trafford Golf Centre in Manchester. He's actually travelled all the way from Warwick, which is a 3-hour journey. About a 3-hour journey, he's telling me. Joe's only, I still can't believe this, he's only been playing since September 2013. He picked it up after playing a little bit with his brother, but is completely fixed on the game. He's over the, he's loving it. Not been on the golf course that much actually, but worked really hard over the winter on his golf swing, certainly through advice off YouTube, but now he's got to a stage where he feels like there's a bit of a stall in his improvement, so he's bitten the bullet and booked a lesson in with myself. Like I say, he's travelled the journey up here, and the improvement that he's made today to his golf game is unbelievable. What we see on screen at the moment is before and after. We've got before on the left hand side, after on the right. Now, Joe, originally his setup was just brilliant. You know, his setup is superb, and again, from advice that he's listened from my own channel, from other golfers' channels as well, he's worked hard on his game to get this posture correct. So the distance away from the ball is superb. Love how the arms hang naturally. It looks in a very comfortable, kind of athletic position, which is great. From this point now, Joe was struggling with a little bit of left to right shape and lack of distance. So for a 7-iron, Joe was hitting it about 133 yards, somewhere in that region. That sounded quite precise, but somewhere in that region. And with a bit of a left to right shape, so when he would hit the golf ball, the ball would move by quite an amount with a 7-iron from left to right. We can kind of see it on the video here. But what we identify is that a couple of little features in his takeaway which we can work on, but we don't need to particularly work on today. It's good enough what we needed to do. But the very top of his golf swing, the left arm was far too upright, far too steep. So his left arm was above his shoulder line. So his shoulder line would be here, and that red line is much higher than that shoulder line. So what it was causing him to do then, it was very, very difficult for him to get the club on the way down on plane. Very often the club would come down in a much steeper, over the top outside position than what he would go back on. So you can see here the shaft angle is very steep. It's almost in line with his right shoulder. You can just see it there, which is far too steep. It then caused him to come into the golf ball in an outside position. You can see the club head outside of his hand location there, and just hit across the golf ball, so would move the golf club through the ball in an outside to inside motion. Now what he's learnt to do, however, is point his club face more to the right than his swing path. The club face was still close to his target, but he was aiming it more to the right than his swing path, and that's how that curvature was happening. So he would swing through the ball in an outside to inside manner, but keep the club face aimed more to the right than his swing path, and that's why the ball would curve to the left. So what we went down the route of doing so, I'm going to show you on the right hand side what we did at the finished article, but what we talked about first was allowing him to square his club face up to his path. So I encouraged him to get his swing, I'll show you on this side here from the face-on view. We widened his stance as well. That's more just for Joe's little reference point here. We tried to get his stance much wider, trying to get it inside of his shoulders, inside of his feet location. But what was happening as he was coming into hit, his ability to keep the club face more open to his path was leading him to not allow his arms to rotate and cross correctly. So his right forearm wasn't crossing over his left forearm correctly. We did some work on that first, allowing him to get his right forearm crossing over his left first, by still maintaining the same path. So in turn he was hitting the ball straight to the left. So his club face and his path were married up together, both aiming far too much to the left, which is great. That's what I wanted him to do. Then we worked on his backswing and got him hitting the ball much further to the right, not hitting the golf ball to the right, that's the wrong phrase. We got him swinging it much more to the right. So again, I'll remind you Joe's top of backswing position before. Let's say get to the top of his swing in a very steep manner, that left arm way too much higher than his shoulder plane. So what we talked about today was once he got to his halfway position, swing flatter from that location, so looking at getting his left arm much more along the line of his shoulder. Now again, because Joe studied the game quite a lot in the short period of time that he's been playing the game, he said it's more like Jason Dufner, and I would completely agree with that. Jason Dufner, PGA Tour winner, he swings it much flatter, major winner as well, he swings it a lot flatter. And from that point then I said to Joe, right, feel like you're swinging it more down this right hand line, so feel like you're trying to swing the ball or swing the golf club more to the right. And instantly, because his club face was more parallel to his path, more square to his path, the club on the way down was just unbelievably good. Let me show you this compared to before. So again, I'll just remind you where the club was before, very kind of over the top and outside, swinging more through his right shoulder rather than his right forearm, and causing him to hit the ball very much on the way down and too much from the outside. Where here on the right hand side then, got him hitting it so much more from the inside. And this golf shot, as arrow straight as it went, also carried 150 yards. So he improved the distance by almost 20 yards just by swinging the golf club better. So originally he was hitting at about 130 odd yard carry distance for his 7. On the last one there, last couple, he hit 148 and 150 and just started to bomb it out there, really hitting the golf ball so much better. Joe, you've done incredibly well over the short period of time you've been playing so far. Don't get bogged down too much with some of the technical aspects of your game. Work on what we've addressed today. Guys, if you've enjoyed it on YouTube and learnt a little bit, please do give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel by clicking the link below and check me out on Facebook and Twitter. And Joe, your mission to get down to 15 will definitely happen this year. No question about it if you keep swinging it like that. Well done, guys, and I look forward to seeing you all.